imaginary worlds. And what are its uses? Surprisingly, it can be used for more than just entertainment, which is what most people think of when they think of virtual reality or virtual environments. It can be used in training and selection, entertainment and education, and it can be used as a medical tool. Training selection is actually the most common use for virtual environments. The U.S. military actually uses this a lot for their training and selection purposes. Basically what they mean by selection purposes, they put potential soldiers into a virtual environment, and it kind of tests them to see how well they'll be able to handle this. And it's also used for training. It can be used to resolve training deficiencies. What this means is that when they're overseas and deployed for long periods of time, soldiers tend to lose their school-gained knowledge and skills. What this can do is help them to retain these skills and practice them while they're overseas. It can also be used to provide training in perceptual and cognitive performance, decision-making under stress, which is really important. They can put a soldier in a simulated stressful situation without them actually being in danger. So they have practice when it comes to real life experience and they're in a real stressful situation. It also helps with cross-cultural communication. Basically, you're overseas, so for us, American culture is very different from cultures around the world. So this can give them practice with communicating with other people and other aspects of different culture. It also has several uses for entertainment, such as gaming with virtual reality games like the Oculus Rift and PlayStation's Project Morpheus. And Oculus Rift is beginning to experiment with virtual movies. They have a story studio where they have created, I think, one short film so far, but it's really promising new form of entertainment. And there's also cyber cafes where people can meet up online and talk like they're actually in person. Virtual environments can also be used in education. There's several game-based learning environments that can enhance education in several ways. It can be used to develop effective learning strategies based on the needs of individual students. And it can enhance the frequency and quality of questions posed by students. That way, they learn how to ask better questions and their intellectual curiosity is stimulated. And it can also help learners to proceed to mastery of a subject in a quick and efficient manner. Virtual reality can also be used as a medical tool. Most common when people think of this is simulating actual medical procedures. It's more than this. It can be used in behavioral rehabilitation, like exposure therapy. Say, for instance, a person has severe social anxiety or a severe fear of spiders or something. It can expose a patient to this without having to actually have them experience it, and it's more effective than methods used today, like imagining something or go out after your therapy session and do this. There's something that they can do in an office, and it's proven to be really helpful. It can also be used in cognitive rehabilitation. The most interesting thing from this aspect is it can be used to detect subtle cognitive impairments that would otherwise go undetected. Say a stroke victim is using a virtual environment for some reason. If they have some kind of cognitive impairment that has went undetected for some reason that's so unnoticeable that it could be serious later on, it can detect that and they can start working on treating that. And it can also be used for motor rehabilitation, like for stroke victims. A lot of times half of their body or certain parts of their body will be paralyzed. So they can practice the movement in the virtual environment, and it can help them regain the movement in real life. In conclusion, I think that this is going to be the next major leap in technology. It has so many applications in different areas, not just entertainment and gaming, and it could really be used to improve our world.